What's good, y'all? This is ALECTO with the second video that I'm making on the subject of making melodies. And in this part, I'll be focusing on the composition as opposed to the sound design and the processing. So yeah, let's go. Alright, so before I get any deeper into the subject, I'd like to let y'all know that it's very important and helpful to know music theory when composing melodies, obviously, since it enables you to analyze music you already like and to apply that knowledge to your own stuff, meaning that you can emulate stuff you like more easily. And how I do my melodies is that I basically, I select any scale. In this case, I'm using C minor. You could also use harmonic minor or try to experiment with the modes even. But yeah, what I do is that I draw in all 7 different chords that the scale has, all diatonic chords, meaning that those are the chords that are in the key. And I will show you a little image here to understand what the different functions of the chords are. So basically, a tonic chord is a chord that has little to no tension, and it's there to resolve the progression. And then there's the contrast to that, and that is called the dominant chord. And those dominant chords hold the most tension. And the way progressions work is that they go from tens to less tens or the opposite. So it would go from a tonic to a dominant chord or vice versa. And in between are sometimes these so-called subdominant chords, which are most commonly the 6 and the 4. Alright, so usually I just play around here and just mess around till I find something I like, and then I lay it out and go from there. So alright, so after playing around for a while, I have an idea. So I'm gonna play 1 to 6 to 5, 1, then 6 to 7. 1, 6, 5. Alright. So I like the cadence of the progression, but I don't like how it sounds. So what I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna change the voicing. What that means is that I'm changing the octaves of some notes here. I'll change these and see how this sounds. That sounds cool. So now that I did that, it's time for me to think if I want to add more color to the chords. And that I can do by adding coloring notes, meaning the 7ths or the 9ths of the chord. So just play around with that. Sounds good like that. Alright, so now that I'm done with the composition of the progression itself, I can go ahead and make the sound more authentic and humanize it, and that I'll do by adjusting the velocity and also by strumming or arpeggiating. Alright, so Alright, so now that I'm done with the harmonic part, it's time for me to compose a melody on top. And what I'm going to do for that is that I'm going to listen to the progression and then improvise in my head until I have a melody in my head. And when I have that melody, I will record the timing of the notes of the melody. And after I'm done with that, I will change or adjust the pitch of those. Alright, so after doing a little bit of sound design and recording and quantizing the tempo of the melody, I will go ahead and change the pitches of the different notes here, and after that I will also humanize them. So. Alright, so now that I'm done with the composition of the melody and the harmony, I'm gonna go ahead and do the mixing, the processing, and the sound design. Alright, so now that I have sounds that I like, I can go ahead and arrange this. And what I like to do here is that I usually have an A and a B part. And what I do in the B part is that I usually either add an element or two, or I subtract, meaning that I take the melody off, or add a little texture extra or whatever, just some variation. In this case, I'm just gonna go and lay this one out, and in the B part I'm going to be lazy and I'm going to just take off the flute and make a little automation for an effect. So yeah.